And we're live.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
The storyteller, I will let you do the thing.
Okay. You're just gonna let me do the thing. Hi, I'm Jeremy, better known as Darth Entrery. I'm a new addition to. Are you sure you want to do this? I'm going to be the storyteller for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. London's Not Dead. It's an NARC game based in London, 10 years after the fall of London. I'm also the former storyteller of Savannah by Night. World of Darkness is kind of my thing. Really love it just because it's more heavily roleplay oriented. I don't mind rolling math rocks, but I prefer to let the players tell the story. So why don't we go around and whoever's going to do the announcements for Are You Sure You Want to Do This? Go ahead and do that. Introduce yourself and introduce the vampire you'll be playing.
Why don't you do that, Ash? Because I don't know the announcements. You're the announcement person.
So yeah, why don't we start with Ash?
Hey guys, so this week we will be having, or next week, I'm sorry, there will be Icewind Dale that will be starting back up again, 1:30 p.m. EST. We took a couple of weeks. Some of our players was out and holidays and all the good stuff. So we are back officially next week. Fingers crossed. At the moment, we currently do not have any new interviews, but we are working on that. And we will be having, I'm very, very, very excited to announce, January 8th through the 10th, we will be hosting our first Jasper's Game Day event for Are You Sure You Want to Do That? And we have 10 amazing DMs lined up. So there is more to come about that in the coming weeks and days. And we'll post all kinds of stuff about on our social medias. Of course, the Empower Hour every Sunday. And now we have It's Not Dead every Friday at 4 p.m. Today. We just we had some technical difficulties. My teeth didn't want to stay in my mouth. That was the problem. And I will be playing Gwendolyn von Vanderhilt, and she is a toreador, fashion designer. Her idol may be Nelly G. That's a possibility.
Which toreador doesn't have Nelly G as an idol?
Right? And that is me. I will pass it to whoever wants to go next.
I guess I'll go next. I'm the DM for Are You Sure You Want to Do That? Normally I do the D&D stuff, and I'm the one that does the Icewind Dale Monday game. I don't have any real announcements. If you want to do D&D with me, you can join my server. I do pay-to-play games. Apart from that, I am playing Fenrir and Gwen, a Viking gangrel that runs a bar for bikers, and yeah, I am big and burly, but nice.
So what you're saying is you're a teddy bear.
Unless you fuck with my beer, or fuck with me, or fuck with my bar, yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I'm Ryan. I'm going to be playing Mick, which is a half-blood that was part of the Inquisition. I'm pretty sure he's going to turn like partway through the session, but that should be pretty fun. I'm new around here. I've been playing D&D for a while, but this is like my first time playing Vampire the Masquerade, and I'm pretty excited to get into it. It seems like a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed reading up on the lore.
And I'm Mary, and I'm gonna be playing Sasha. And I don't know if I want to tell you too much about my character before we even started the session, but she's a tech person, and I'm a tech person for this stream. And I also do art. I did the art for our characters, and yeah, I think that's it.
All right, you're also the tech person for
Cool.
this. Thank you so much.
Couldn't have done it
We
without
would
you.
not be here without her.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm terrified. I'm hoping that it's not gonna blow up.
That's
You're
fine.
doing fine.
You'll be fine.
You're,
If it blows up, it blows up.
Right. But it's not gonna blow up. You'll be fine.
Mary, I believe you have our trigger warning screen that you want to share.
Yes, I do. The following presentation may and most likely will contain strong adult language, graphic descriptions of excessive violence, possibly sexual themes, and other scary stuff which may be disturbing for some audience. So please, viewer discretion is advised.
I love that every time you play it or say it.
I do miss the Scotsman part though, so.
I was so gutted to take it out.
At least we still have it for Monday, but yeah, it's sad.
As Mary so politely put it, Vampire the Masquerade in the World of Darkness is basically a setting of personal horror. There will definitely be things that will make people uncomfortable. If you start feeling uncomfortable while you're viewing this, do not hesitate to step away from the screen, mute it, turn the stream off. I mean, there are going to be some things in this game that, you know, a lot of people will be uncomfortable with, and our goal is not to hurt anyone's feelings or make anyone uncomfortable. But it is a mature game. That being said, this cast that has been assembled to play this game is phenomenal. And I'm looking forward to letting them tell the story and just kind of moderating and helping them along the way. So, that being said, let's tell a
Thank you
vampire
for being
story.
our storyteller.
It's my pleasure. Now let's tell a vampire story. London in 2012 was hit by a rash wave of fires and violence, and what most people believed just to be terrorist attacks. Unbeknownst to them, Operation Antigen had taken place, where select government agencies from around the world converged on the Kindred Society of London and all but purged the majority of the Kindred. Now, some 8 years later, the Anarch movement has moved into London, trying to rebuild, trying to make sure that the flames of the past don't happen again. We're going to start our story across town at a police precinct, where Mick is in a briefing with several of his colleagues about a special mission that's going to take place tonight. So, as you all know, we've been brought here for another special mission. It seems that the problem that we took care of some 8 years ago seems to be popping up again. You're going to break into smaller strike teams and strategically remove targets that have been deemed larger threats than the others. we don't want to go in with the same gusto of First Light. It brought a lot of attention to what was going on, and the cover-up was a bit hard. Mick, you'll be on a team led by Dannon and Michelson. You are to go to the outskirts of London. There's a biker bar that we want you to keep tabs on. I want you to observe, and at first light, you're to set it on fire and burn it to the ground and make sure that the kindred there don't escape. Go see the quartermaster and get outfitted.
Understood.
And the briefing continues to go on. Do you get up and go get outfitted with Dannon and Michelson?
Yeah, that seems like the best course of action.
Okay. So, you're fairly familiar with this. You've been on recon missions. This is the first time they've actually given you a kill order. And as you make your way to the quartermaster, so to speak, he outfits you with some weapons, some light armor, a UV light, and some silver. All right, that's all we got.
Are you
Mick?
sure I can't bring the grenade launcher again? That was fun last time.
That's what I was fixing to say. No grenade launcher this time. I was specifically told not to give you a grenade launcher. You made too much of a mess.
It was worth a shot.
Maybe if we get you some more training on it, you'll get to take it again. But for tonight, it's just the simple stuff. Dan will look at you. What's your fixation with the grenade launcher? That thing's so messy.
Well, if you take out the side of a building, then all the light comes through and blinds the kindred, and then from there it's just a cleanup job.
You did it at midnight.
Didn't we do a layer assault one time?
We did, but when you used the grenade launcher, you shot the grenade launcher at the wall at midnight.
Right. I meant, like, if we did one during the day. But I assume that would be a bad idea.
Well, I mean, it's the best time to really surprise those suckheads. I mean, I don't really like staking out their place at night. Anything could go wrong. I mean, we're going to this bar and we don't know how many are in there, or, it's messy, and we're going in a 3-man team. I mean...
Yeah, exactly. Plus, they're usually out feeding at night, which means we could just end up ambushed when they come back.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll drive. Just don't do anything that gets anybody killed, okay?
That's the plan.
And we're going to pause there for a moment. And we're going to go across town to Sasha. Sasha, what are you doing for the evening? You do know that Chandra has asked you to accompany her to a special meeting with the group that you're both a part of. But before that, are you going to go to Fenrir's club? Are you just going to hang out at your house? What is a typical night for Sasha like?
I think I'm gonna hang at my house for the most part and still try to find something on the person I'm supposed to meet and the meeting. Do my best to try find any information, even if I have to force my way into some private data or accounts. And if that fails, I'm eventually just gonna go to the meeting, though I would stop by the Fenrir's pub since it's right next to my house, and I would just check if he needs anything.
Okay. So, if you're gonna try to find out more information about this meeting, go ahead and give me a intelligence plus computers.
This is gonna be my first ever role in Vampire the Masquerade. So, uh, it would be 9?
9 successes.
No, 9 dices. And,
Okay.
like, what do I do exactly?
So you will roll. You will roll 9 dice. And
Should I
your
check difficulty?
yeah, your difficulty will be 8.
Okay. That's a failure.
Was it a bestial failure?
Hmm?
Shouldn't be a bestial failure for you.
No,
You're fine.
it just
It would
says
say on this site.
failure.
Okay, so as you kind of do your thing and you start going through back doors, looking for any information on this meeting, you realize that you're up against some like top-notch cybersecurity, and you just can't find any loopholes through. So feeling a bit kind of, you know that you did your best, but you don't ever really lose when it comes to hacking into things. So you're a bit frustrated, but you head on over to Fenrir's, and as you walk through the door, it's fairly busy. The typical customers are there. Some of the bikers are hanging out. And what is Fenrir doing? Also, Fenrir, could you roll me a rouse check for the night, please?
Sure. What is that? For?
You roll 1 die.
Okay, so just 1 die. Gotcha.
Yep.
That's a success.
Okay. You do not get hungrier. So what is a typical night for Fenrir like, and what is Fenrir up to as Sasha walks through the door?
So he just a quick description of him. If the art doesn't do him justice, he's about maybe 1.5 feet taller than anyone else, standing about 7'2". He's lifting up these heavy boxes, probably filled with beer, and carrying them around, and puts them down, grabs a couple of them, hands them to somebody, looks at somebody else and says, "You're done. No more drinking." And he looks at Sasha. She enters in, and he says, where have you been? I needed you here like 2 hours ago."
Well, if you learn how to use your phone, you could have texted me.
My fingers are too big for this stupid thing. Every time I touch a button, it touches 3 buttons.
But I thought you knew how to call at least.
Well, okay. Maybe I dropped it like 1 or 2 times and it's not working.
Show it to me.
I'll hand it to her.
As you look at his phone, he has dropped it probably more than 1 or 2 times. He's probably dropped it a considerable amount. This phone is rather small for his large hands.
You know what? They make those phones that are like for grandparents. I think we need to get you one of those and see what happens. They have like very large buttons.
Yeah, probably. Oh well. I grab it back and I kind of like toss it. I'll get a new one later.
So, what did you need?
Well, this order was supposed to come in, but it didn't come in. And the paper says it's supposed to come in, but it didn't come.
Do you have the paper?
Somewhere in the office, maybe.
I thought I told you to keep them organized. I can't help you if I don't have the information, can I?
Skit! And he'll walk around and open the office door, and we'll start digging through the paperwork, and he'll find a piece of paper and bring it back and say, "This is it. This is it. This is it."
Give me a wits plus investigation to see if you got the right piece of paper.
All right, let me see here. Okay, it's just 0 successes.
So Sasha, as Fenrir hands you a paper, it has numbers on it. But it's actually a flyer for an event that's supposed to be coming up here in the near future. You recognize it as a flyer for Gwen's show.
I'm gonna take the flyer, hold it up for him. I thought you can read at least.
I mean, I can read. It's just confusing sometimes. What does it say?
It's a flyer for that event. Remember? A fashion show that's supposed to happen here?
Oh, the talky, smelly one.
Yeah, exactly. The one that thinks you smell like a dog and sprays perfume on you.
Right.
Wet dog, I think, to be exact.
Right, I remember her. Well, it's in the office somewhere.
I'm gonna try to go in and take a look, try to find those papers, but I don't have much time. I'm supposed to go somewhere, so if I can't find it right now, I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow.
Where do you have to go? You never go anywhere.
Well, a friend of a friend is doing something, and I can't figure it out, so I figured
Ingel, you have
I can
friends? You have friends besides me?
You're not my friend.
Oh, that hurts my feelings. Alright, if you can't find it, you can't find it. Don't worry about it. It was just a big shipment of alcohol anyways. There's plenty of alcohol here.
I would still try to take a quick look.
Okay, so give me a wits plus investigation while you're back there looking for this. Fenrir, one of your regulars looks up and someone thinks you smell like a wet dog.
Some highfalutin dress fancy lady. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Just hey, next time you see her, just tell her it's up dog.
I'm not falling for that one again.
It's always a good laugh when you fall for that one.
I kind of stick my head in and I say, if the shipment doesn't come by tomorrow, it's fine. I have my own ale that I brewed, so it's not a big deal. I just don't like paying for things and then not getting them.
What did you get, Sasha?
1 success.
1 success. You shift some papers around on the desk. And as you're doing that, you notice that on the corner of the desk, kind of folded in half, there's a piece of paper, and as you pick it up, it's an invoice for the alcohol, and it's supposed to be delivered tomorrow, not tonight, nor today.
I'm gonna take the paper, bring it back to Fenrir, hold it up so he can see. It's supposed to come tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
You good then?
Yeah, if you can make sure that all the security stuff is, working good, then yeah, I'm good.
Sure. And she'll pull out her laptop and start checking some things.
Yeah, you do the usual check. I'm not even gonna make you roll. Everything seems to be in order. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, sorry. I just was reading that I could turn up my mic a bit, but I have no idea how to do that. So
You could turn your computer volume up as well if you haven't done that already.
So, Fenrir, I want you to make me another wits plus investigation.
I got 1 success, but it's one with the 2 stars on it, so I don't know what that means.
Okay. So, as you're talking to Sasha, you notice off to the side that a couple of the patrons, they're not normal, regular patrons, getting a bit rowdy.
Sasha, just whenever you're done, go ahead and go. I'll see you later, and I'll walk over to them.
And as you come over, it's 2 Americans, and they're kind of bickering back and forth. It's like, you said you were going to pay the tab, and I didn't bring any money, and you said this was all on you tonight, so my money's at home. And the other guy's like, that's a goddamn lie. I did not say that. I told you to bring your damn money because you never have any money, and I'm tired of buying you drinks. And it looks like it's about to get physical.
Hearing them bicker about money, I'm gonna walk behind the bar, grab my axe off the bar, and walk over to them and slam it into the table. And I'm gonna say, you can both kill each other outside after you pay for the beers.
They just both roll me a manipulation plus intimidation.
All right. 4 successes.
And as you do that, they both kind of look at you. They're like, what? Yeah, no problem. No, we're good. We're good. We're gonna pay for it's gonna get paid for. Don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna kill anybody.
Well, back in where I come from, if there's a dispute like this, you typically brawl it out. But alright, never mind. I take the axe back out and I walk back around the bar.
Alright. Sasha, you probably see this as you're coming back out to exit. And you're probably thinking to yourself, oh wow, we've got to replace another table.
Just
But,
add it to the list.
I already ordered a few extra. I knew this is gonna happen. See ya!
Be careful. It's dangerous out.
And we're going to pause right there. And we're going to go to Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn, if you will roll me a rouse check, please.
Yes. That is a failure.
You wake up from your slumber for the night, or from the day, and in the back of your head, you hear kind of a low guttural growl. We need to eat. We need more sustenance.
Quiet down.
We could find one of those pretty boys and just drain them dry.
Can't drain him dry. But we can find the pretty boy.
And after a few moments of similar talk, the voice goes away. And what does Gwendolyn do?
So the first thing that I would be doing would be getting ready for the night. I need to go check on the shop. And I also have a race that I've been looking forward to this whole month.
All right. So, you feel a bit hungrier, but it's not that pressing right now. So, tell us a little bit about your shop and describe it for us.
My shop is a little small boutique called Eternal Rose, and it is very big, but it is, I like to say, very impressive. I make all different kinds of clothes for men and women. Some kids, depends. They're only custom though. Higher end boutique stuff.
And do you have a select group of people that work for you? Is there anybody specific that's in charge of the night shift?
I'm in charge of the night shift for the most part, but when I am not, it is my friend Alice who's watching it.
Okay. So as you get there, Alice is going through some paperwork. Oh. You startled me.
Dove. How are you? Oh, I'm so sorry. How are you?
I don't know how you sneak up on me. I never hear you come in.
I'm sneaky like that.
I'm fine. I was just looking at some numbers and doing some crunching. Things are going okay. Are you sure you want to hold this fashion show at this bar on top of this bar?
Do I want to? No. Do I have not much else choice? Yes.
I mean, I don't think our customers are
Every
gonna feel.
place booked.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll talk to Sasha and we'll see about fixing it.
How are you gonna fix it? Are you gonna have it leveled and rebuilt before the show?
When is the show?
It's 3 nights from now. I mean, that seems kind of impossible. I just don't see how you would be able to
There is no way possible that I'm going to be able to fix all of that. But, maybe shabby chic. Maybe they might like the shabby chic look. I mean, Hobo is like in right now, right?
I mean, I guess. I mean, some of the stuff that's coming out of Paris is just dreadful. I mean, it's nowhere near what you're producing.
Thank you.
So are 75 people plus the runway and the models be able to fit up on top of that bar?
Maybe I should go take a look at it just once more, just to make sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure we should be fine, but I'll take a look and see what we can do.
Okay. If I'll make some calls and see if I can maybe find a place. I know some people. But I can't make any promises. But I don't. I mean, this is my job. Working for you has been like the best thing that's happened to me. I mean, if the only other person I would like be even remotely interested in working for is Nelly G, and that's just I'm never gonna leave London. You know, so I would, as long as you're here, I'm gonna work for you. But
Nelly's, she's an absolute like.
she's so
she's amazing.
She's amazing. Just unbelievable. So yeah, if I'm not trying to tell you how to run your fashion shows, but yeah, I just don't want to break any codes, or I just want to make sure everything's perfect.
I think it'll be just fine. I've called a few places and they've already told me that there's no way possible we can get in. It's the month, it's all the stuff that's going on with Paris, and they're all bringing it here, and it's a whole just a giant mess right now. So maybe if we do the bar, the bar. I'll talk more to the wet dog.
The wet dog.
He smells like a wet dog. That is no exaggeration.
I don't even know what to say to that. The blonde guy is waiting for you.
Ah, yes, the blonde guy. I shall be right back. Where is he at?
He's waiting in your office. He's probably like lounging on your couch.
Okay. Don't worry about the fashion show. I'll take care of it. You just get the people together, get all the stuff, make sure all of the items are in order, make sure that just kind of go over everything, make sure all the beads are where they need to be at. If not, I'll take care of it. The bar should be perfectly fine. Don't worry. I'll take care of it. And I'm going to, as I say that, I'm walking as I'm saying that to our office.
You have no idea who she is talking about. Blonde guy. You know a lot of blonde guys. She didn't really give you much to go on.
Right, but I pretend I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah. And as you get to your office, you open the door and you see a very nicely dressed, 6 foot tall, very chiseled man with blonde hair. And you could almost swear that his eyes change color with what he's wearing. Today his eyes seem to be ice blue. When you first met him, his eyes appeared to be kind of gray.
Ooh. Okay.
And you met him at a club, and he is a mortal, and his name is Eric.
Do I remember what his name is?
Roll me a resolve plus composure.
Two successes.
You're pretty sure his name is Eric. You don't remember his last name, but you know his first name is Eric. And as you walk in the door, he's like, "Oh, I was beginning to think you weren't coming to work tonight."
I always come to work. Nice to see you again, Eric.
It's good to see you too. Do I call you Gwendolyn? Do I call you Gwen?
Gwendolyn is fine.
Um.
What can I do for you?
Oh, I thought I'd stop by and see what you're doing. See if maybe you wanted to go grab a bite to eat or just hang out.
I'm going to sit on my desk, cross my legs, arms kind of like just pushed back. Dinner. I am quite hungry. But I have a lot of work to do. I also have a race that I'm going to get to.
Oh, okay. It was worth the shot. Yeah.
I can definitely eat.
I don't want to take you away from your work. It was just notion. It was just a thought.
No, it is perfectly fine. What would you like to go have?
Oh, I don't know. What are you in the mood for?
A nice glass of red wine sounds amazing.
Oh, we could go to that restaurant that we met at. The Red Lamb Inn.
Ah, yes, the Red Lamb Inn. We can most certainly go.
Okay. And you know that the Red Lamb Inn, it is actually run by, oddly enough, a Malkavian named Anatoly.
Ah. Yes, let's go to the Red Lamb Inn. That sounds delicious.
Alright, I'll bring the car around. Say would 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes be enough for you to do what you need to do?
Yeah, I'll take my own car if that's okay, because from there I will just meet you.
Okay, yeah, that's like totally fine. Give me a wits plus perception. Or is it awareness? Give me just a second.
There is awareness. I don't see perception though.
Yeah, I think they changed perception to awareness. So give me a wits plus awareness.
Okay. Do I have any difficulties?
Difficulty will be 7.
Okay. So 7 extra dice. Storyteller?
What's that?
7 extra dice?
No, your target, the number you're trying to hit is 7, so 7 or above is
okay.
7.
Well, I only have 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 4 successes.
He's very anxious. He's very happy to see you. He does look a little sad that you're not riding together. But you figure he'll get over it.
I don't ponder on it too long.
Okay. So he leaves. And we're going to jump back to Mick. So Mick, it takes you about an hour to get from where your meeting was, because you're not on your normal shift. Normally you work nights. So it takes you about an hour to get to the outskirts. And you get to the outskirts and you're in a van that just kind of doesn't seem out of place for the area. Apparently the group that did the reconnaissance did a good enough job to pick a vehicle that would blend in. Fenrir, if you could describe what the outside of your bar looks like.
So yeah, it's a brick and mortar establishment. There's probably like 20 to 30 biker Harley Davidsons and the like outside. There's probably like a couple cars from like, locals or, whatever, coming. But for the most part, it's just bikers. And yeah, it's it's like a 2-story because upstairs is where I would probably stay, and there's also a basement, but they might not know that from the outside.
Yeah. So Mick, that this setup, like the Harley Davidsons, are kind of like odd for this area. So it kind of, from your training, it sets off some definite, oh, this doesn't really fit here. How did we not find this sooner?
Wait, doesn't fit how? Like, what is the rest of the area like?
Well, the fact that there are Harley Davidson motorcycles, there's definitely some American influence.
I see.
Mickelson will look at you and be like, "Boy, you sure you're gonna be okay on this one?"
Yeah, it'll be fine. I assume I'm just sort of lounging in one of the back seats and I like crack open a Red Bull.
You know that stuff will rot your gut out, right?
I'll live. It'll be fine.
You won't live when one of those bloodsuckers gets a hold of you.
That's why I gotta stay awake.
Does it seem kind of odd to the two of you that we're only doing it in teams of 3?
Yeah, that is a good point. Seems kind of dangerous to me. Probably just resources worn thin with the amount of activity we've been seeing.
You saw piss all how many people was in that room. It's like over 100 people, and we're sending 3-man teams, and we don't even know how many kindred are in there.
Well, there's no way all 100 of them are going to be kindred. That'd be ridiculous. And then we'd just call for backup, I assume. Honestly, it's a good thing because the civilians will limit how much they can do.
Maybe you're right. And Dan will kind of look at the both of you. I don't know what I feel about this. Something's definitely not right.
That we can all agree on.
Alright, so you two catch a nap. Because we're going to be here all night. I'll take first watch.
Alright then.
Do you take a nap or do you stay up? Because you're drinking an energy drink.
Yeah, I assume I have some trouble falling asleep. I'm probably just still like lounging, got like one earbud in.
Alright. Sasha. You exit the bar, and you see a familiar face as you exit. You see Chandra. You've seen her multiple times. Very slender, pale, brown eyes. American. She's been in she's been in London for 5 years from what you've done on your research, and that she moved here from Chicago. And she sees you and she smiles. She's like, "Sasha, it's good to see you. I was worried I would have come in, but bars just really aren't my thing."
Yeah, they're not really my thing either, but what are you doing here? I thought we were supposed to meet at the thing that you told me about.
Well, yeah, but how are you going to get there? Because I didn't tell you where it was, because it's kind of like a secret thing. And you're kind of like my +1.
That's a very valid point, thank you.
And don't you dare tell Lyle. He will be so jealous if he knows that you were invited to this by me, and he's been trying to go to one of these meetings for like forever, but he just... It's complicated.
We have time.
Well, we should probably start walking because it's going to take us a little bit.
Yeah, you can explain as we talk. Why am I not supposed to tell him?
Well, I mean, he's good and everything, but... I mean, you're much better at what the two of you do. You're more precise, you're more... You pay more attention to detail. He tends to get distracted by small things. Which is why you're being invited and he's not.
Fair enough. He is not as good.
You're so modest. It's one of the things I like about you. So yeah, it's... I think you're really gonna like the group. I've wanted to invite you for some time, but you know, it's one of those where I have to get the okay. And they finally said yes after I asked them repeatedly.
What makes you think I even want to help?
I don't know, it seems right up your alley. From what I know of you. I mean, I don't know a lot about you. Other than, you know, the stuff that, like when me, you, and Lyle, and the others, like, have meetings. But, I mean, your skills would definitely be an asset to this group. And exposing a lot of things that are not right in the world today.
Okay, and I assume you're not gonna actually tell me anything more until we get there, and you're just gonna remain vague and mysterious.
Yeah, it's kind of a secret society. Give me a wits plus awareness.
Okay, that's 3 plus 3. That's 2 successes.
2 successes. You notice that Chandra is looking around. You're not really sure what she's looking for, but it is obvious that something has her distracted.
You think someone's following us?
I mean, it's a possibility. I'm just trying to make sure that nothing happens to either one of us.
Okay, sure.
And she'll kind of like motion that you should both start walking.
Oh.
And you both, she starts walking and she makes sure that you're coming with her, that you haven't changed your mind.
Yeah, sure, I'll follow. Sorry, I was under the impression we already started walking.
Yeah. Give me another wits plus awareness.
Three successes.
Okay, so as you're walking, you notice that she is looking around. But you kind of notice a van parked. It would look. It looks like it belongs here, but there's just something that is off about this van, and you're not really sure why it sticks out to you.
Okay, can as we go, I try to check the plates.
Okay. Give me a wits awareness. Wits investigation.
That's three successes.
It's parked. It's parked in kind of a dark spot, so you can make out a few pieces of the license plate, but not enough that you can get a good read where you could really do anything with it. You would actually have to go up to the van and get closer in order to get enough information that you could like type it in a computer and look it up.
Okay, I'm a very curious person, and this is right next to my house, and I like mysteries and solving them. I'm gonna try to get closer to get them. Like, Sandra, just wait a minute. I gotta do this one thing.
Chandra's like, what are you doing? Are you trying?
I'm sorry.
Are you trying? Chandra asked you what you're doing.
Just checking. This car seems weird. Probably nothing, but want to quickly check it out.
Are you trying to be stealthy? Are you just gonna walk right up?
Just gonna walk upright.
All right. So as you walk up, you can start making out the plate. A rather tall individual gets out of this van. And Mick, you hear Michelson say, "Can I help you, miss?"
I assume at this point I start like peeking through the window to see what's going on, but I want to make sure it looks like nobody else is in the van.
Okay, give me a Dex plus Stealth. And Sasha, give me a Wits Awareness.
I got 7 successes because it was 3 and a crit.
Okay. Sasha, what'd you get on your Wits Awareness?
3.
Alright, so you don't see Mick. You are too intent on looking at this rather tall gentleman who has just gotten out of the van. I said, "Can I help you, miss?"
Nah, I was just checking. It looked like your lights are busted, but they seem fine. Bye.
Roll me a manipulation subterfuge.
Zero.
0.
Ahead of these
He looks
faces.
he looks at you and he looks at Chandra. Have a nice night. Yeah, I appreciate that. And he kind of looks at the lights. Have a nice night.
You too.
And he gets back in the van. Mick. He turns to you. He says, "How sneaky are you?"
I'd say I'm pretty good at it. But this is when I wish we had infrared. Then we just know straight up what they were like, whether or not they were kindred.
I need you to follow those two.
Will do. Will do. I sort of climb out of the van and I just sort of pass him the Red Bull, like, hold this for me. And I start going on my way.
Doesn't give you wings.
That'd be
Alright.
useful.
So we're going to pause that right there, and we're going to go back inside to the bar. What is Fenrir doing?
He's probably drinking and talking with his good friend, the owner and runner of the club that probably has most of the bikes out there. Oh, Garrett, I don't want to run this stupid fashion club thing. Whatever this little girl's doing with her fancy dresses and stupid perfume.
Hey, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not big on that highfalutin high society stuff. That's not my thing. I prefer, my bike and some boots and a pair of jeans and a jacket and the wind blowing through my greasy hair.
Well, I can agree with you there at least. You do have greasy hair.
Hey, it's genetics. You could always just call the fashion designer and tell her that you're canceling it. That you just don't think it's a good idea because maybe.
You know what? She's gonna ruin my bad reputation. I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna go find my rotary phone and call her up.
Gwen, your phone rings.
At this point, I believe I would have programmed his number in as wet dog.
Yep.
I'm even surprised he knows how to use a phone. Hello, this is Gwendolyn. How can I help you?
Yeah, you're that lady about fashion and fancy dresses, right?
Yes. What's your name? Fenrir. I'm gonna call you Finn.
Finn.
Something like that movie.
Call me Finn, and I'll rip your fucking spine out.
Niceties. I love your
Here.
Wet
Look,
dog. What can I
made
do?
the decision that I'm not gonna have your fashion-y thing here, so just find someplace else. Click.
As I look at my phone, I'm going to call him speed dial.
Okay. As fast as you hang up the phone, Fenrir, your phone rings.
I pick it up. Line's busy, and slam it down so hard it breaks.
Oh, that's another thing we're gonna have to order.
It's fine.
I'll just go there to him.
I didn't like phones anyways.
Did you give her what for? Did you tell her, nah, we're not holding your fancy shindig here?
Yeah, I told her. I said, look, we're not holding your fancy, highfalutin dressing up party.
Did you get her with the up dog?
I didn't get her with the up dog. I'll get her with it next time if she calls. Oh shit, I broke the phone. Oh well.
And your bartender kind of looks at you and goes back to making drinks. He's just shaking his head.
I'm gonna say, make sure that you give the people here, the ones that came in cars, the watered down shit.
Are you trying to be quiet about this?
No. He's not a subtle man. He's 7'2". And what are they gonna do? Complain?
You see some people look at you and then they just go back to drinking their drinks.
Oh, I'm gonna take a stroll, Garrett. If anything happens, just... Oh, never mind. You can't call me. I'm gonna go over to one of the guys that I know that's in the club and go, let me borrow your phone. Don't worry, I won't break it this time.
You've said that like the last 5 times you've asked to borrow my phone.
And I got you a new one every single time.
Fenrir, just take it.
Call me if something happens, I say as I hold the phone up. And I'm gonna take a walk. And I'm gonna kind of follow in the direction that I kind of saw Sasha go. In a stealthy-ish manner.
Give me a wits awareness to see if you know which way she went, because this was all kind of going on at the same time.
Right.
So she may not have been out there when you came out there to look for her.
3 successes.
Alright, so as you come out and you look around, you don't see her? You're not really sure which direction she went?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go someplace into a darker part of the alley, make sure that nobody is looking around, and give myself a good old climb up to the top of the building so I can get a better look arounds.
Give me a Dex plus Stealth.
Okay. I'm pretty decent at that. It's 4 successes.
Okay. Let's see if anybody's paying attention. Okay, you get up there. No problem. Doesn't seem to be like anybody's noticed you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of look around and see if I can see her walking in the distance at all.
You don't see her.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna take I'm gonna go visit the old lady that lives in the building next door then. See how
Okay.
she's doing, make sure she's got all the stuff she needs and everything.
Okay. So you go next door. I assume you knock on the door?
Yeah, I give it a good knock. Dun, dun, dun.
Come in!
I come in.
Oh, Fenrir, it's you. How are you, dear?
I'm doing alright. How are you doing? Are the aches and pains getting to you?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna rain tonight, but it's in London, it rains every night. Feel it in my bones.
That's what you always say. You need anything? Need me to get you anything?
No, I'm fine. You okay? You seem like something's bothering you.
Nah, just, I don't know. I feel kind of bad, I guess. I told this stupid lady that I was gonna host her stupid fashion show, and then I canceled. I told her no. It's gonna ruin the bar's reputation.
She just kind of looks at you and she kind of grins.
We're gonna have all those out-of-towners that only care about what's in. I don't even know what in means.
Did you ever think that it might bring some people that would spend lots of money in your place?
I don't need lots of money.
Well, if you don't need lots of money, you can give me your money. I can always use lots of.
Isn't that what I've been doing? I've been giving you all kinds of stuff.
And it's much appreciated. Look, I know you don't want those highfalutin people to come be at your bar. But you need to work on your people skills.
You're the only people I care about besides Garrett. And I guess Sasha.
I was gonna say, I know you care about her awful lot.
She kind of acting a little weird. Talking about some friend or something like that. Going someplace. Didn't tell me where. That girl worries me sometimes. She does all kinds of stuff that I don't understand, but I know that it's bad. I've seen it in movies.
You sure it's
I don't think it's maybe it's not bad, but it's I think it's illegal. I'm not sure. She's smarter than me by a lot, so I don't know.
well, I know you care about her. But you have to let her do her own thing.
Yeah, you're right. You always give the best advice.
And jealousy is so unbecoming. She's allowed to have other friends.
I just wish she had said that she had these other friends. She's not very sociable.
Sasha's a very private person.
I've noticed. You
But
want
there's
some
not.
mead?
No, the last time I drank that stuff, it put me to sleep. And I gotta watch my shows before I go to bed.
Alright. Well, if anyone bothers you, if anyone causes any problems, you just let me know.
I'll be sure to call you on that rotary phone of yours.
It broke. Some bar fight. Some people got into a tussle. I'll have to get a new one, but
Roll me a manipulation plus. Hold on.
If it's manipulation and subterfuge, I don't have it. I just have manipulation.
Roll that one die. Oh, it's a hunger die.
Successes.
It's a hunger dice, so.
Oh, I get a hunger dice?
Yeah. Anytime you roll one hunger dice because you automatically start off at one hunger every night. Whereas,
okay. I had myself at one at no hunger. That's my bad.
yep, you're always at one hunger. The only way to remove your complete hunger is to completely drain a mortal and kill them.
Okay. So I have 2 successes out of my 2 dice.
Okay. She looks at you. You need to stop making work for that girl. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
And you should really call that highfalutin woman back and tell her that she can have her thing at your place.
I'd call her, but I don't remember her number. That's fine. I'm sure she'll show up.
She probably will. You have such a way with women, let me tell you.
It's because of my devilish charms and good looks. They say I got them from my father, but I never met him.
Well, I don't really know what to say to that. I really don't.
That's fine. He's in Valhalla. I mean
You-
heaven.
Your beliefs don't matter to me, Sonny. You believe what you believe. I don't judge people.
All right, well, I have this cell phone, so I don't know how to give you the number, but I know your number, so I'll call you, and then you can call me or something like that. I don't remember how it works, but
I'll call you if I need you.
all right. And then I'm gonna wander back downstairs and then go back to the bar and just drink with Garrett.
Okay. Gwendolyn, what do you need to do before you meet up with Eric?
I am actually. There's not very much. I just need to get a couple of things, and I'm absolutely going to be going to a Fenrir's bar because I need to give him a piece of my mind.
Okay.
And also maybe add a couple extra thousand and for him to let me be in his club.
Okay. So you make your way across to the outskirts of London to Fenrir's bar. And it's pretty packed. You notice the motorcycles. Give me a wits awareness, please. Remember to roll your 2 hunger dice. So you take your dice and you subtract 2 regular dice and add 2 hunger dice to the total. So if you have if you have 6 dice, 4 of them would be regular dice, 2 of them will be hunger dice.
Okay. Two successes.
It's pretty packed. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. I am looking for the wet dog.
You see the wet dog sitting talking to a greasy-haired man who is way shorter. He's only about 6 foot.
You know, I'm going to tap him with my little metal ring.
You feel a tap on the back of your shoulder, on your shoulder, Fenrir.
I swat at it.
I keep doing it until he turns around.
I turn around. What? Oh, it's you.
You know, I tried calling like 4 times and I kept getting the beeping phone.
Yeah, that meant the line's busy.
Well, hey, sorry. Well, sorry.
Angry dude. Yeah, that's
dog.
right. That's right. Get him, boy.
Okay, so here's the deal. I need your place. I have no other choice. I have my fashion show. It already has the address on it. And I will pay you. Add like 3,000 on top of what I already was supposed to pay you.
I looked at Garrett and I say, is that adequate money, Garrett? That doesn't sound adequate money, Garrett.
And I will fix up your place a little bit.
Ah, now she insults my place.
I mean, it looks like the roof is about to fall, like cave in.
Yeah, it gives it charm.
It's not very charming when you're hit with a lawsuit when the roof comes down on a person's head.
Ah, I would never get hit with a lawsuit, right, Garrett? We know how to make people, change their mind about things like that.
Yeah, we do, but I mean, she's offering you more money. I mean,
all right, 4,000, and you fix the place up, and you call me Fenrir, and you never, ever, 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 ever tell anyone else that I let you come here. And you can come here and do your little whatever the heck it's called.
It's a fashion show.
Spinning around in dresses.
Sure, you can call it spinning around in dresses if you like. Deal. And before I like shake his hand, I'm going to like pull out like a little hanky and I'm gonna like wrap my hand and then like I'm gonna shake his hand with it.
I'm gonna squeeze real hard.
I squeeze real hard back.
I squeeze real hard. Like I'm gonna try to like almost like I'm gonna break her hand.
Roll it. Roll me a straight. Roll me a resolve plus strength.
I do have a brawl for grappling. I don't know if that counts.
This is not brawling. This is just strictly trying to assert dominance through a handshake. And Gwendolyn, roll me a resolve. Roll me a resolve. Composure.
Okay.
I got 6
Plus
successes.
I have got one of my successes with a crit. I got 2 more. So 3 successes.
Okay, so you don't get quite as many successes as Fenrir. And he's got a pretty strong grip on your hand. And as this exchange is going through, the both of you kind of notice someone slip into your field of vision. And a rather tall man in a business suit with piercing blue eyes looks at you. Dark skin.
Garrett, they're already showing up.
Fenrir. And you recognize the voice immediately as the Baron.
Oh. I let go of her hand and I'll go over to the Baron. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you there for a second, sir.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
I assume whatever disagreement the two of you are having.
No disagreement, sir. Just negotiating a better price for her fancy party.
Negotiations are good. Come, the both of you need to sit with me. We have much to talk about.
Yes.
I'll nod and I'll follow him.
He will sit at the usual corner booth that nobody ever sits at because this is specifically for meetings like this.
Yeah. I make sure that nobody sits there. Throwing them out of a window if need be.
And the Baron sits down. And he waits for both of you to sit down.
Sit down, cross my legs.
I wait until she sits down and then I'll sit down.
See, Zelda, he does have manners. And he's basically looking over to the corner of the bar where nobody else is at.
Do I know what kind of vampire he is?
Yes, he is a La Sombra.
Okay. I will wait until he speaks.
You both did a lot during Operation Antigen to help the stemming of bleeding and deaths of the Kindred Society. I'm coming to you because I fear that something similar is going to be happening again very soon. I have it on good authority that the Second Inquisition has begun preparations for small surgical strikes in certain places. After the small surgical strikes, they will move to larger operations like they did in 2012. They've already struck Bavaria. Most of the kindred there fled in time thanks to a small group that happened to stumble upon one of the Second Inquisition's bases of operation. They are working closely with the Society of Leopold, and that troubles me.
Well, you know I moved into London to try to be of any help I could. Point me in the direction and I'll make sure it's done.
I just need the both of you to be civil towards one another, because there may come a time when the both of you have to rely on each other for safety.
I look at him.
She's welcome here. Everyone's welcome here. It's like Switzerland.
What does that mean?
Neutral.
Yes, it means it's neutral.
I'm civil with him. I don't mind him.
The Second Inquisition will use any means to get at the both of you. Means they will strike out at those that you are closest to.
Of course. Whatever must be done, must be done.
Have your show here. And after your show, on the fourth day after your show, we will have a meeting. And those in my barony will be informed of what I've just informed you. I've come to you because I have good reason that the two of you are on a list of small surgical strikes. Because of what you did during Operation Antigen.
Well, thank you for informing me. I'll make sure that everyone's observant.
Good.
Thank you,
And
Baron.
he'll look at both of you and he'll nod and he'll get up. And as he starts to leave the bar, you notice a female just kind of moving through the crowd. And she meets up with him, and you recognize it as Zelda.
When he's gone, like out of the bar, I'm gonna stand up and go over to Garrett and tell Garrett, anyone that's not us gets out.
Alright. You heard him. If you're not part of this group right here, and he's motioning to the bikers, or you don't work for this man right here, you get the fuck out right now. And you notice as people like start getting up and leaving.
I assume that like my team would notice them leaving, right?
Possibly. And we're going to pause this right here because we're going to go back to Mick. I need Mick to make a dexterity plus stealth. And I need Sasha to make a wits awareness.
Alright, so that's a pool of 6. I rolled 5 successes.
Okay.
3.
3 successes? Alright. You don't notice him. But you notice as you and Chandra are walking and talking of just, making idle chit-chat, you're trying to get her to drop her defenses and kind of slip up and tell you some stuff. But she's really good at, like, dodging your questions. You notice a similar van to the one that was parked out over near Fenrir's bar, parked about a block down the road.
Does she seem to be noticing it or being nervous or anything like that?
Let's see if she notices. She looks at you, and she looks at the van. Does that look familiar to you?
Yeah, just like that other van by the bar. With the very helpful guy.
I wouldn't call him helpful. We should walk a little faster.
Sure.
And she holds out her hand to you, like she wants to take your hand, like hold your hand.
I'm kind of tack out of the way. I'm not gonna let her unless she really tries hard.
Just trust me. I know you're not big on social and all that stuff, but just trust me.
Sure. I know this is all just a ploy, but fine, I'll play at your game. And she grabs her hand.
And she picks up the pace. Mick, I need you to make a wits awareness roll.
Alright, let me check that. That's a pool of 1. I should probably put some XP in that later. That's 1 success. Do I pass?
You don't. You do notice a similar van, to what you were in. So you assume this is one of the other team. And as you stop to look at this van, you kind of lose track of Sasha and the woman she's with. What do you do?
I'm not sure whether or not it's a good idea to just, like, in the middle of the stakeout, knock on the door and be like, hey, is Fred in there? How's it going? So I assume I'd go and try and, like, find her again.
Okay. Give me a wits investigation.
That's a pool of 4. 2 successes.
You're not sure. You start darting in and out of streets looking for Sasha and the woman she's with. And you dart down an alleyway. Give me another wits awareness.
Alright. That's 1 success again.
Okay. You don't see the leg come out from behind the dumpster fast enough. I need you to make a Dex Athletics for me.
Alright, so that's pool of 5. 1 success. I guess I'm just having some bad rolls.
Yeah, you had some like hella good rolls, now you're having some bad ones. So as this leg comes out from behind this dumpster and you don't see it, it throws you off balance and you land kind of prone. You end up on your back, and as you look up, there's this rather tall man in a leather jacket. And he looks at you, and he's like, "Forget you ever saw me."
Alright.
And then he picks you up and slams you into the wall. You're gonna take 2 points of superficial damage.
Alright, wait, I'm kind of unfamiliar. How does superficial damage work again?
Just put kind of a half slash through a box.
Alright.
As he slams you into the wall, he looks at you with his fanged grin and sinks his teeth into you and begins to drain you.
Can I try and get him with the UV light?
You can certainly try. Dex plus Brawl.
Alright. That's 4 successes.
He got 6. So as you go to try to reach down and grab the UV light, his strength is just too much for you. And he just kind of moves your hand kind of further away from the light as he's draining you. You begin to feel dizzy as the blood is drained from your body. And as you're laying there and you're taking what feels like your last breath, you watch as this kindred kind of runs a sharp fingernail across his wrist. He shoves it forcefully in your mouth, and you slip off unconscious. We will get back to you. So Sasha, Chandra picks up the pace. You start moving kind of a little bit more sporadic. So if anyone's following you, that it kind of throws them off. And as you get about another block down, you notice another van like that. The last 2 that you've seen. And Chandra looks at you and is like, "This is bad. We need to get out of here."
Do you know what it is? Because I'm starting to doubt you would organize this in my behalf.
I'm pretty sure some of those same agencies that we're trying to open the world's eyes to know about us.
Okay. And you're still not gonna tell me where we're running exactly?
We're going to Cambridge. We were going to catch a train and meet at the library there. It's where we tend to meet. And as she's saying this, you notice several individuals start piling out of that van. And coming over towards you. Chandra looks at you, she's like, I need you to run. Whatever you do, don't look back. Just run.
I'm not very good at running.
You don't have to be very good at running. You just have to run.
She's gonna stand there for a few seconds, like hesitating clearly. But then she'll start running.
And you take off. And you hear several people, yell, "Hey you, stop right now!" And then you hear a scream from, definitely a male scream. And then you hear the sound of gunfire.
Am I able to look back?
Yeah, you're able to look back. So as you look back, Chandra has grabbed one of the men and smashed his head through a car window. Several of the other men have opened fire at her. You are going to get shot in the midsection. And you will take 3 superficial damage. Do you continue to run? Do you stop?
It depends on how I physically, like, I've never been shot, so I'm not sure if I would be able to keep running.
The adrenaline could possibly kick in, because something, the blood is flowing through you because you're running, so your blood is basically pumped adrenaline through your body. You are in a lot of pain. You do know you've been shot.
Okay, then I think my course of action would be to keep running, but then I know I've been shot. I am not a medical practitioner, but my mother was a nurse, and I know enough about medicine that I probably should try to, when I can, make sure that I'm not gonna bleed out to death. So I'm gonna
Okay.
try to do that when I run away enough. I feel like I have a few seconds to spare.
Alright. Give me a resolve composure, please.
That's 3 successes.
You run for a little bit, and you kind of duck into a corner to hide. And just from your mother being a nurse, you kind of find a piece of clothing that will be fine to tear and start making kind of a makeshift bandage. Give me a wits awareness.
1.
You're pretty sure that no one followed you. At least not the people that were shooting at Chandra. A few minutes later, after you've hidden, Chandra comes into the alleyway, kind of like holding what look to be multiple shots, where she's been shot multiple times. And she is having trouble standing. And she falls just in the alleyway enough that she's not able to be seen by anyone else but you.
Also, after I tried to tend to my wound, could I have quickly tried to text Gwen, send her my GPS location?
Oh yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Give me. Yeah, we'll say that you do that. What do you send her in a text?
It's literally just GPS location of what I am right now.
Okay. So Gwen, your phone lights up with a message from Sasha and a GPS location.
Okay, so I feel my phone buzzing. I would imagine in this point, I'm taking stuff off of Fenrir's bar, like off of his walls, like those tacky
I would.
lights.
I was gonna do something like after I told everyone that wasn't a part of my shit to get out. I would have told my boys to go outside and make sure that the cars all go, like a couple of them, not all of them. I would have told a couple of them to go outside and make sure that all the cars are gone and that like any cars that are still around are ones that we know of, and to take their license plate and stuff. Because if I'm told, oh, you guys might be targeted for a strike, I'm checking everything.
Yep, we'll get back to you.
Okay.
We're doing Sasha and Gwen real quick.
Okay. Just want to make sure that that was known what was happening.
Yep, we'll get back to that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm like taking stuff off of the wall, and I'm like looking around to see if Fenrir's paying attention, and I'm taking it in the back. When I feel my phone go off, I'm holding one item. I'm going to drop his tacky bar item. I'm going to run up to him. I'm going to grab him by this, by the, like, kind of like the elbow. Follow me now. Sasha's in trouble.
I look at Garrett and I say, you know what to do. Just if there's people outside, take the license plate, and I'm gonna go behind the bar and grab the sawed-off shotgun and sort of slip it into my jacket.
Okay.
I am running.
And I'm gonna go
Easily.
her.
We will get back to the two of you. So Sasha, as you're doing this, you see Chandra kind of like slowly kind of crawling down the alley.
What the fuck was that?
I don't. And she's like bleeding really bad. She's got like multiple gunshots.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get someone to help us, and then I'm gonna like start texting.
Just. Can you at least help me into my feet?
After I send another quick text message to Gwen, basically saying "help!" exclamation mark. Bring someone medical. I'll try to help her.
Okay. So as you get over to her, she's bleeding pretty bad. And she kind of rolls over onto her back, and she's like, "Please, just stay with me."
I'm gonna try to use all of my unexisting medical knowledge to try to help her with her wounds and like make it so she lasts longer until someone who can help arrives.
So as you're using your medical skill knowledge that you learned from your mother. And as you touch her, she's unearthly cold. And your mother used to talk about how when people were at the hospital and they were at their time on this planet was ending, that they would get really, really cold. And so you're imagining that this is what it's like, what your mother was talking about. And at that moment, Chandra grabs you and pulls you down and sinks her teeth into your neck and begins to drink your blood. You can try to break away with
I'm sorry. I was thinking, can I try to push her away, get up, free myself from it?
You can. It's going to be a Dex plus Brawl.
I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
That's 0.
And she got a... She got 4 successes and 2 of them were crits. So she has latched onto you and is holding onto you. And she is draining you because the beast has taken over. Her hunger is immense. She took a lot of damage and she is trying to recover the blood that she had to spend. She's trying to spend to heal herself. And due to the nature of your wound and you bleeding out, you begin to get lightheaded. And darkness begins to close in around you. As you look up, Chandra goes, "Oh my god, what have I done?" Oh my... And she, much in a similar fashion to what happened to Mick, she runs a nail across her wrist and says, "Take this." And she tries to open your mouth and drop some of her blood into you.
I don't think I'm gonna try to fight her solely because I don't think I would be able to at this point.
Yeah. And the blood drops into your mouth and darkness overtakes you. Fenrir and Gwen. I assume you are both rushing to try to find...
I'm already in the Viper, and I'm just waiting for Fenrir, and I'm speeding off.
Yeah, I'll get in my truck. Oh no, I'll get on
I
my bike.
yell out, "My car is much faster, it's modded!"
My bike is faster.
Okay, let's see. And I'm taking off.
Okay. So both of you take off. You get to the area where the coordinates are. And you see Sasha laying on the ground. And
Do I see anything? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And next to her is a pile of ash.
I'm gonna run up to her and see if she's alive.
Give me a intelligence medicine.
Alright.
While he's doing that, can I examine the ash and see if I know if it's what I think it is?
Mm-hmm.
1 success.
She doesn't seem to be alive.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything alive that caused this.
What do
You
you want me to
don't.
roll?
Give me an intelligence plus occult. Fenrir, you don't see anything other than a pile of ash next to Sasha.
Oh, I'm gonna pick Sasha up and sort of cradle her in my arms, and I'm gonna look down at her really sad, and just sort of hold her.
2 successes.
You're pretty sure that this was a kindred.
I'm going to like go up to like where Fenrir is holding Sasha. Fenrir, she's not dead. Well, she's dead, but she'll be back. Did you not see the ash?
I kind of look at her and I look at the ash and I say it doesn't matter. She's not going to be the same. And I just sort of carry her.
Puts her in the car. She won't fit on your bike.
I'll put her in the car, the back seat.
Well, the front seat.
Did I see that she was shot?
Yeah, she still has the gunshot wound because she hasn't been able to use her supernatural abilities to heal herself.
I'm gonna go hunting.
I'll be with her when she wakes up.
All right. Give me Fenrir. Give me a wits plus investigation.
Okay. One success. I'm just trying to track her blood back to wherever she got shot, basically, to see what I can find.
So are you going to leave your bike where it is?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kick the sand up and leave it there.
Okay. So, I mean, it's not hard. She was bleeding pretty bad. It was a very deadly shot to the stomach, and she probably would have bled out before you guys could have gotten to her. And as you follow it back, you come across a scene where there are several UK police officers kind of have an area sectioned off like something has happened. And being as tall as you are, you notice there is one man in tactical gear who's had his head kind of smashed through a car window and is dead. And there are several other men that are on gurneys. Go ahead.
So they're not dead then?
No, they're not dead yet. They're not dead yet. Give me a wits awareness.
Okay. Two successes on that one.
You notice off in the alleyway, you see someone laying unconscious. Well, what you think is unconscious.
I'll go walk up and does anyone else seem to see it, or just
No,
me?
no one has. Everybody's focused on where this man's head went through a car door window and bled to death.
Okay. I'm gonna mark I'm gonna remember the license plate of the ambulance, because I'm gonna try to remember. I'll pull out my like little piece of paper. Like I probably keep like a book. I just write the license plate in it, because I'm gonna track that to wherever hospital they went to later on.
Give me an intelligence. We'll do intelligence. Investigation.
Okay. 1 success.
You jot down what you think is the license plate.
Yeah, I'll walk over to the guy in the alley and check him out. Sort of drag him away deeper into the alley so that no one else notices.
You notice on the side of his neck there are 2 puncture wounds.
Is he dressed like the guys on the gurneys?
He is.
For a second, I pull claws out, like I'm gonna dig him into his chest and rip his heart out. But then I'm just gonna pick him up and kind of like make it look like my friend's drunk. Throw his arm over my shoulder and sort of walk him to my bike.
Give me. Are you making any noise as you're doing? Actually, give me a dexterity stealth if you're trying to be sneaky.
Well, I'm hoping that I won't have to be sneaky, because what I'm doing is I'm just like throwing his arm over my shoulder and like kind of, oh, my drunk friend. But yeah, you're actually right. If he's wearing that gear,
Yeah,
could I have taken it off before I took him out?
you can take him out of that gear if you want to.
Sure, I'll take him out of the gear first, because I forgot he was in the gear. And then I would pick him up and sort of throw his arm over my shoulder and keep going around to where my bike is. If I still need to make a stealth, I'll make a stealth.
Wait, so am I naked or?
No, he just took your tactical gear off.
Right.
Whatever under gear you had on, I would have left on, like your shirt and clothes and whatever.
Give me a manipulation performance.
Okay. One success. I'm rolling real bad today. I mean, it's not like I have a bunch of points in these things. I'm only really good at beating things up. But
Yeah. Let's see. Does anybody take notice? If that one's enough.
Okay.
So you get him back to your bike. I assume you're going to take him back to the bar.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like throw him on the handles and just sort of ride back carefully.
Okay. So Gwen, you get back to the bar before Fenrir.
I'm going to open the door. I'm going to get Sasha out of the car and try to get her in the bar.
Roll me a wits awareness.
No success.
Okay. Good to know. I'll make note of that.
I'm
All right, so you
banging my head on everything because you can't really carry me.
I'm so sorry, Sasha. I didn't mean to hit your hip just now.
So you don't bang her head on anything. It takes you a little bit to get her out the car, but you get her inside. Garrett's like, what in the holy hell?
Where is Fenrir's? I assume that he has an office. Where is his office at, Garrett?
His office is back there. She doesn't need his office. She needs a hospital.
I got it. Don't worry, she's fine. She's little loopy in the over here. Drank too much. I got her. Don't worry. I'm going to.
She drank so much that somebody shot her in the stomach.
Also, they would probably know that she never drinks.
And that little
don't worry about it.
that little filly has never drank a day in her life.
Garrett, you're asking way too many questions, and I cannot answer them for you. I need to go. I'm taking Sasha. She'll be fine. Don't worry. She'll be up in a couple hours.
Okay.
Forget you saw this. And I go into the back.
Okay. It's about this time that Fenrir gets back.
I drag the guy in by his hair.
Good thing he's still unconscious. What in the holy hell is going on?
I let him go as soon as I get inside, and I tell Garrett, grab him. And come with me.
You heard him, boys. Grab him.
And don't be gentle.
This boy right here is limper than a noodle, so I mean, I don't know if he's gonna. He don't feel like he's alive. I don't think he's gonna feel much there, Garrett. I mean, Fenrir. Jesus, I'm Garrett. This has got me so shook. I don't even know who the hell I am.
So I have a question. Is making a ghoul a stain against yourself?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because I was thinking. Well, I mean, how much does a gangrel care about that sort of thing? I guess I was thinking about making Garrett a ghoul, but then again, I don't want him to be a slave. So no, I wouldn't have done that. Actually, never mind. I wouldn't have even thought about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll tell Garrett like there's some stuff going on you wouldn't understand. Let's just say that this guy is a rival gang member and kind of works with the police possibly.
Look here, that little filly got brought in. She was shot in the stomach, and she's bleeding out. And your little fancy hotty toddy to do friend is said you can take care of it. She'll be fine. I have seen people shot in the stomach like that, and they bleed to death. That girl needs to be at a hospital. We will take this guy downstairs and tie him up and beat the crap out of him if you want us to.
Yes, tie him up, but don't touch him. I am gonna take care of him. And yeah, I'll take care to the hospital. I'll take care of her. Look, I lift my shirt up and show him all the wounds I have. I think I know how to take care of a gut shot.
Look here, that what you do behind closed doors, I don't judge, but you know, harming yourself is not cool, dude. Okay.
Hey, you know I don't do that. All right, go take care of him. I'm gonna go take care of her, and I'm gonna like take my jacket off and go into the room and see if she's okay.
All right. As Fenrir comes into the room and Gwen is trying to take care of Sasha. Sasha, you wake up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did have one question for Garrett really quick. Did he
Go ahead.
check all of those cars like I said?
Yeah, most of them were gone. It didn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Good to know. Keep 2 guys at the front door and 2 at the back and just double the watch.
Sure thing. You pay the bills.
Well, the fancy girl's gonna pay the bills for this one.
Whatever, man. I don't care.
But yeah, then I'll go back.
Okay.
Good morning, Sasha.
Sasha, you feel a burning in your stomach. And you don't know why, but you're so hungry.
I'm gonna try to reach down to where the wound was to check if it's still there, if it really happened.
Oh, and as you reach down, yes, where you bandaged is still there, and there is a lot of blood. I need you to make a willpower roll, please.
Sure.
So roll straight willpower and no hunger dice. So whatever your willpower is, I believe it's 5.
6.
She got them high mental
4
stats.
successes.
All right. You're hungry. But the beast can't seem to push forward and get you to lash out at the meal right there in front of you. But you are so hungry.
I looked at Fenrir. Do you want to give her the talk or shall I?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I walk over to her and I kind of look at her and I go, "How are you feeling?"
Like shit. What's going on?
I know it's confusing, but you got shot. I'm sure you can tell that already.
Yeah. Why am I still here? Why am I not in a hospital?
You're gonna be fine, and a hospital's not really gonna help you much.
Okay, so you have someone who's gonna come and help?
I'm gonna help.
Oh no, you fucking won't.
Look,
Alright.
the gunshot's really the least of your worries. And I'm gonna hold my hand out. I'm gonna say, "Check my pulse."
Um, I'm bleeding out to death here, kinda not in the mood.
I
You're
can
not
tell
bleeding
you're
out.
bleeding out, but you're not bleeding out to death.
But
Death
I
already
got
happened.
shot. Look, and like she's gonna try to inspect the wound again to show him all the blood.
Make me an intelligence plus medicine roll.
Was it a through and through? Like, did it
4.
go into her stomach and
Yeah.
out her behind that?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 successes.
Mhm.
You realize that for a wound of this magnitude and the entrance and the exit, you should still be gushing blood.
Okay, I guess I'm not. What did you do? How did you stop it?
I didn't do anything, but someone else did. Uh,
Who was the
you're
last person you was with?
you're dead, but not dead.
I don't know what the fuck is going
Fenrir,
on
that's
tonight, but this is the weirdest night of my life.
All right. Promise to not freak out.
When did you ever see me freak out?
Never, but this might make you freak out. And I'm gonna, without costing any kind of like rouse checks or anything, I'm gonna do my feral weapons and turn them into claws.
It's level 1 or level 2?
1 second. I need to check because I cannot remember. I believe that's
I'm pretty
level
sure
2.
that's 1. Oh.
If it's level 2, there is a rouse check.
Let me confirm then, because I'm not sure. I can't remember. I should have put a thing next to it. I'll just do that now.
I've got the character sheets up. I just need to. I thought you might have had it easy accessible.
I mean, it's on my sheet. I don't remember if it's a 1 or a 2 because I know I've taken a couple of 1 abilities that are the same. That's the potent, right?
It's me. Yep.
Yeah, it's 2 because I have the discipline cards up.
Yeah. So yeah, you need to make a rouse check.
Okay. And
So you just
what is that again?
You just roll a single dice, and 6 and above you pass.
Okay. I got a success on the roll, so I assume that is a
You
success.
don't. Yep, it's a success. You don't get hungrier.
Okay. Then yeah, it's a success. So yeah, I turn my hands into claws. They grow long claws.
Did someone slip something into my water?
No, I'm a vampire and you're a vampire now. And she's a vampire.
As he points to she's a vampire, I'm just gonna flick out my teeth.
But you look more like a werewolf.
Well, I'm a gangrel.
Which is why I call him Wet Dog. Because he smells incredibly like a wet dog.
I enjoy that the person with the worst people skills is having this conversation with her.
Look, someone bit you. They gave you some of their blood. They turned you into a vampire. That's it. Are you hungry?
Do I remember that stuff with Sandra, how she made me drink her blood just before I passed out?
You vaguely remember Chandra crawling into the alleyway, you trying to help her, feeling a sharp pain in your neck, and then her saying something about making a mistake, and basically opening her wrist and dripping blood into your mouth.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually very hungry.
Well then, we can go hunting. What is your style?
Why go hunting? We already have one bagged and tied up downstairs.
Oh, we do? When did this happen?
When I was... Sorry, wrong tube. When I stayed behind, I looked around to see what caused her gunshot. I was going to tear it apart. They were already all dead except for a few of them, which, by the way, remind me... I pull out a little book and I open it up to where I wrote down the tags. These are the things I wrote down from the vehicles, the tags. I want to find them so I can kill them. And I put the book away. But I think one of them... Whoever, I don't know. Whoever knows how to do that. But one of them was unconscious in an alleyway. Got his neck bit.
So we have another baby vampire?
I think so.
So we have 2 children now.
Yes, but he is tied to the ones that the Baron warned us about.
Oh, then let's just kill him now and call it a day.
Well, I'm gonna ask him some questions first. We need to know where they came from, what they know, how many of them are there, where their headquarters are.
And as they're
I'm
having this
stupid.
conversation, Sasha's gonna try to get up and like leave the office.
Hey, where are you going? Baby Vamp, get back here!
Well, I'm going home.
Even if you weren't a vampire, you got shot. You're staying with us.
But
I don't-
you're
There's
not
some
bleeding.
rules we have to tell you.
I think we established that I'm not bleeding and I'm gonna be fine.
Yes, but I
No,
need you
you're-
here.
Sasha, there's lots of stuff you need to know.
Like how you can't
And
break the masquerade.
Guys, I
and
know you guys know I like playing games, but I do tabletop online. I don't LARP. This is all weird, and I think I want to go home.
When have you ever known me to LARP or play tabletop role-playing games?
And we're going to pause right there because we're going to go to Mick. So Mick, you slowly come back to consciousness, and as you do, you ate while you were in the van, but your stomach is just like, if it could growl, it's growling. You are just so hungry. And as you open your eyes, you're downstairs in a basement somewhere, surrounded by some big biker dudes, and you are tied to a chair. I need you to make
I
a
see
will.
anybody that I'd like recognize? Oh, sorry, like delay.
No, you're fine. No, you don't recognize anybody. I need you to make a willpower roll for me, though.
All right. Let's see. So with willpower, how does that work?
So you roll your current whatever your willpower is. Whatever your current willpower is, you roll. So I believe yours is a 5 also.
All right. That's 4
Or
successes.
actually, yours might be higher. But you got enough successes. You feel something in the back of your head like it's trying to take over. And as you wake up, you see the bikers, and Garrett looks at you, he's like, "Boy, you done messed up. You done upset the wrong person."
Where the fuck am I?
You're not asking the questions. The big man's gonna ask you questions when he comes down here. You better be honest with him. He's probably still gonna rip your head off and shove it up your ass.
We'll see about that. How exactly am I restrained? Is there any way to try and undo it?
You are tied really tight to the chair. You also have very little blood, so you're pretty weak right now. Give me a dex athletics.
All right, that's 4 successes.
You managed to get free, and as soon as you do, you get hit by like 5 fists at once. And get knocked.
Wait, sorry, did you say damage? I couldn't hear over the dog.
Yeah, you're gonna take 1 superficial.
All right.
Boy, you just better stay down. Don't make us do anything. No, you're gonna get up and you're gonna sit in that chair, and these boys gonna tie you back up, and you're gonna sit there, and when the man comes down to talk to you, be honest with him.
I assume between like the lost blood at this point, I'd probably know it's a bad idea. I think Mick would just get up and sit back in the chair.
Yep. And Fenrir, the cell phone in your pocket goes off.
I answer.
Roll
Hello?
me
This thing on?
roll me an intelligence technology. Is that still a thing? I think they changed that too.
Yeah, the technology's still a thing.
It is technology is still a thing. Okay.
So roll me intelligence technology, see if you know how, because it's kind of hard for you.
0.
So you're like talking to the back of the phone. You think you've like answered it. And Gwen, you see this. He's talking to the back of the phone. He's not even.
Here. You're like a grandpa. Here, let me show you. You do it like this, and you talk like that.
Oh, okay. And then when she does that, I go, "Hello, is this thing on?"
Yeah, it's on. He's awake. You want to come talk to him?
Yes. And I look to Gwen and I say, "He's awake. I'm gonna go have a conversation with our friend."
Would you like me to join, or I can stay here with Sasha and go over some of the rules?
Whichever you prefer.
I'll stay with Sasha just in case she tries to leave.
Good idea. Sasha, stay.
I'm not a fucking
She's
dog.
not. Thank you. I was about to say the same thing.
And I'm really
On the other
hungry,
hand,
and I have some noodles leftovers in the fridge.
You're not gonna want
That's
noodles.
not-
If you're hungry, come with me. I'll give you a snack.
You guys don't cook here. I tried the pretzels that were stale.
It's not pretzels I'm gonna give you.
It's blood.
Yeah, I don't
It is
eat
blood.
blood. I eat food.
Oh,
No,
you don't need
you-
blood. Okay. Then come with me.
Well, I guess we're all going now.
Fine, whatever.
So yeah, I'll go downstairs and when I see him sitting in the chair, I'll walk up to him and just fucking nail him in the face with a big old fist.
Roll me a Dex plus Brawl, and Mick, you can roll me a Dex plus Brawl or Dex plus Athletics to try to dodge.
All right.
Fenrir, can you do another one of those for me too?
Can we
2
not?
successes.
How many successes?
2.
7. And with 2 crits.
All right. So you get hit. You take another superficial damage.
And after I hit him, I'm gonna grab him by the hair and I'm gonna say, "That was just an introduction. My name's Fenrir. I'm gonna ask you a few questions and you're gonna answer them. If you don't answer them in the way I like, I'm gonna start breaking shit."
Nice to meet you too. I'm Mick. I assume
Who do
at
you
this
work
point
for?
I'm like profusely bleeding from the mouth. Take a. You saw the badge, right? Do you really have to ask?
So you work for the Inquisition then?
I work for the Met.
And just the Met?
Sure.
Is there like an insight? Yeah, there is an insight. Can I insight
Wits
him?
Wits plus Insight and Manipulation plus Subterfuge for Mick.
All right.
I'm gonna turn to Sasha. See, this is what you're supposed to do to people like him.
All right,
Somehow I
that's
got
two.
7 successes off of 2 dice. I don't know how that happened.
You critted.
Okay, well I somehow got 7 successes off of 2 dice.
All right, I got 2.
He is lying through his teeth, Fenrir.
Okay, then I'm gonna lay into him again. 6 successes.
I assume I try and dodge again.
Yep.
0 successes.
Jeez.
You take another superficial.
All right, so I've only got 5 health and I've taken 5 superficial damage. What does that mean?
That means that when he hits you again, you put another slash through, and it will become aggravated damage.
Alright, so does that mean it's like 1 whole point now?
Well, you've taken superficial damage can be healed easily. When you start taking ag, you have to make 3 consecutive rolls.
Alright.
To heal, and it takes a lot longer.
I'm not gonna ask the same question again. Next time I'm gonna start breaking things like I said. Who do you work for?
Well, the Inquisition.
Good. Now we're getting somewhere. Why were you following Sasha? Or why did you attack Sasha?
Because she was checking our license plate and we figured she worked for you guys.
She worked for me, but she was just a human.
And Mick, you noticed that the girl you were following, the female you were following, has a lot of blood in the abdominal area.
You say was.
Yeah, thanks to your guys, she got hurt and something happened. I don't know what exactly.
I don't see what that has to do with me. I was nowhere near her. I was looking for her.
You were fucking not that far from her. I found your unconscious body there. Probably the same vamp that turned her turned you.
Well, I guess we got a common enemy then. Wait, what?
Yeah,
I assume
you
Welcome,
mark on your
newborn.
neck.
That's bullshit. No way.
Well, he didn't leave you there to live.
I'm not even sure how he'd react to this. I'm gonna be real. I assume at this point he's just quiet.
Roll me a resolve composure.
Alright. That's 2 successes.
Yeah, you get really quiet.
Seeing this and seeing how it affected him, I'm gonna get real close to him and say, "Oh, what? Does that make you feel a little something?
Can I try and
Kill our
headbutt
kind,
him?
and now you are our kind."
Can you try to what?
Can I try and headbutt him? Is he that close?
Oh yeah,
Sure,
he's
I'll
close
get that
enough.
close. If he goes to
Dex,
headbutt me, can I go to headbutt him back?
you can certainly try.
Alright.
So we'll do Dex melee.
Alright, that's 3.
Okay.
I got 4 successes with a possible messy crit.
Okay, so you got a messy crit.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 successes, so you both connect. You both take a point of superficial damage. So you're actually now Mick is at an aggravated damage. But Fenrir also takes a point of superficial damage.
Okay, how do I mark that in the character sheet? Because it's just boxes for me.
Half an X.
In the character sheet that I have, the one that I sent you, there's not a half an X I can put.
I've just been counting him on the other side of the bar.
Yeah, just remember you've got a line halfway through, so it's just half an X. Once you get an X, it's aggravated damage.
I'm just gonna put it in my little notepad here.
Sasha and Gwen, what are the both of you doing as this is going on?
I'm turning to Sasha and see this is what, well, I mean, you could do that, but this is what happens when we come in contact with their kind. Fucked over our kind. Back in 2012.
And as she's talking to her, Sasha's like on her phone trying to research how to wake up from a weird dream, or can a gas leak cause a mass hallucination?
I'm going to take her phone from her and I'm going to throw it behind me.
Hey, that was expensive.
Listen to what I have to say.
I heard
But
you.
he
That's
has
what
to.
happens when they go after our kind, like in something something. Yeah, I heard you.
Not something something. You need to be careful. These are after us now. Again. You are no longer human. You have to be more careful now. There's codes that you have to live by. Do you know anything about your maker? Anything about your sire?
Well, my mother name is Nadia, and
No,
my
no, no,
father
no,
is
no, 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 no.
Pima.
I did no, 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 no. I did not ask your mother and father. I asked your sire, the person that he was with when they would have turned you. Like for instance, I got turned back in 1900 by my sire, Dante.
Well, I was with this chick, Chandra, when something weird started happening, but I wouldn't call her my
What did
sire.
well,
If
she
anything, my
was
lady.
well, I mean, lady, sire. Your sires come male or female, doesn't really matter. We'll call her your siress. Do you know anything about your siress? Anything that may tell us what you are? Like, for instance, I'm a Toreador, and as he said, he's a gangrel.
I'll allow you, Gwen. I'll allow you and Fenrir to make um wits. Wits plus etiquette if you have it.
I do.
By the way, what happened with my messy critical earlier?
So as you headbutted him, your eyes kind of went bestial for a minute, and Garrett and the boys saw it, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
I'm gonna tell them. It doesn't matter. You're gonna get paid regardless, right, boys?
Garrett just three successes. You do remember a Chandra who is Tremere, who is part of the Anarchs.
I had two.
Yeah, you would know that. Yeah, there's definitely a Chandra that's a kindred, but Gwen definitely knows that Chandra was Tremere.
Ah, Sandra. She was the Tremere. Okay. Well, you can take her. You don't always have to take your sire's clan. You can do something else if you choose to. But normally, kindred, as ourselves, when the embrace happens, we normally take our sire's clan.
She's gonna just kind of like staring at you, letting you talk, but not saying anything. Okay.
It's a lot of information. I'm so sorry to put all of this on you right now. We'll get back to it, don't worry. I'm pretty sure the furry one over here can help you. And of course me.
Sure, I'll play along for now.
Do you really still think this is a game?
I don't know what exactly it is, but yeah, it's definitely something weird. But Can I go get my noodles now? I'm really starving.
Let's hang back for just a few minutes and we'll go hunting. Just we'll do it a girl thing. Or like bond.
She's just gonna blink a few times with a dead stare. I don't hunt.
Don't worry, you do now.
Don't you have like a
Like,
Uber Eats for vampires?
you know, I thought about that one time and that sounds like a phenomenal idea. Because I mean, when they're hungry, I mean, technically, you can also always order something like online, and then you can have them come to your door. And I mean, you could just like do the vampire gazing thing. In True Blood, they called it glamour. Have you ever seen that show? Or you look more like you might have enjoyed.
I tried a pilot, but it seems meh.
And as you start talking about True Blood from the corner, you hear, you got to be fucking kidding me. As this hideously deformed looking individual with scars and burn marks all over their face steps from the shadows. True fucking blood? Are you kidding me? That's how you're gonna explain to a neonate what they are?
I mean, they nowadays that's what they like to. You're gonna go with Twilight.
Leave it to a Taurus. Yeah, Twilight would have been way worse. And you do know that this is the Baron's right-hand man, the Nosferatu, Edmund. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Thank you, it was so fun.
It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this. And I also like the dice system way better than the one for D&D, because crits seem way more realistic.
Yeah, I mean, it's new beginnings. It took a little longer to get you all together, but I figured this is a good stopping point because you have 2 new vampires and a whole bunch of fuckery.
I could have gone all night.
Yeah, I could too.
It's
but
very fun. I definitely enjoyed the session.
I'm loving all the characters. Sorry that the embraces were kind of forced upon you. But I think as time goes on, you're both gonna find out some things, and you're gonna be like, "Whoa!"
Sorry to beat you almost to death, Mick.
Honestly, I was wondering if you were going to accidentally kill me before the session ended. I thought that'd be interesting.
I
Just
was
like,
very,
oops.
like, the thing is that Sasha's my keystone, so you probably got off lucky.
Touchstone.
Touchstone, yeah, that's right. I don't know why I call it. You know why? It's because it's conviction and touchstone, so like I just mixed the. And anyways, I don't know. But yeah,
Makes sense,
I
though.
was.
It's definitely a good way to go about it. Like, I separate like in character from out of character stuff. If you beat the shit out of my character in game, I'm not going to be annoyed.
Yeah, I feel bad, but like it was what he would do. If anything, I probably held back a little bit. I was thinking about taking a K-bar knife that he has and jamming it into your leg. So that was next.
I was gonna hand you the gun and have you shoot him in the leg.
Oh, I also have the sawed-off shotgun still in my jacket. So
you do.
But yeah, it was fun session.
I cannot wait for more of this. This is gonna be great.
You're welcome. There's a lot more to unfold. Especially now that Edmund has shown himself. Because the reference to True Blood, he's glad it wasn't Twilight. But yeah, the True Blood reference, he's just like, oh fuck no, I'm gonna say something about this.
I mean,
Poor
it's the
Sasha.
best way.
Oh, just wait for
It's
her
the
to
best
start
way to
asking
explain it.
questions about vampires.
Don't you have like an Uber Eats?
Yeah, I really like that line.
I mean, you can eat the Uber Eats driver.
You can.
That's technically true.
Well, if
So
there's
you
not
can.
one, she's gonna develop the app for it for sure.
I mean, there is that one thing, the circulatory system or whatever it's called. They're
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw
kind
the
of
lore
like an
sheet for
Uber
that.
Eats. They're kind of an Uber Eats, but like I don't know if they're in London, and I don't know where they're at exactly. So
Yeah, and I think they treat it more like a wine service type situation where you'd go for them for like a specific like blood type with a specific
resonance,
flavor, like yeah, resonance and
yeah,
like strength of it.
yeah.
Nice. Are we still streaming?
We are still streaming, so why don't we go ahead and say our goodbyes?
Bye, guys.
Thank you
Bye.
everyone for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you all for
See you guys
watching. See you next week.
Bye.